Hi everyone, how you doing? I hope that you're doing okay. Today we'll have nouns from grade 8. Let's just share the screen. But first log in using the aplusstudent.com. And then you click on your name, language arts, and then we move on to grade 8. And then we go to nouns. Okay, so we have some lessons from nouns here, and we will go through the lesson together. All right. Okay, so the first lesson is to identify the plurals, singular possessive and plural possessive. All right. So first we need to know what the plural possessives are, the singular. We just need to identify them first before we can continue with the lesson. All right. So a possessive noun shows who or what owns something or has something. So if you say possessive, it's just saying that, oh, I own this phone, I own this laptop, I own this bike. So whoever owns something is the possessive noun. Okay. What a noun. Okay. When a noun is singular, add an apostrophe between. We know what the definition of a noun is. A noun is the name of a person, animal, place, or thing. The general definition that we have of nouns. Okay. So when a noun is singular, add an apostrophe. So when we talk about singular, we refer to just like when the noun is talking about one person. So if the noun talks about one person, you add an apostrophe and then S. So this is the apostrophe, this is the S. So you add the apostrophe and then you add the S to form the singular possessive noun. That's how you form singular possessive. For example, we have mat, and then we have the apostrophe, and then we have S, and we have glove. Okay, so Matt's glove, that means the glove belongs to Matt. Okay, so the apostrophe and the S. All right, and the bird's wings. All right, the bird's wings. Now you want to show a singular possessive. That means the wings belongs to the birds. Okay, so you add an apostrophe and you add an S to the bird's wings. Okay, so you're trying to show that what is being talked about is the singular noun there. Okay, for example, Matt is a singular noun there, and then you need to add an apostrophe to make it singular possessive now. Where the noun is plural and ends in s, just add an apostrophe to form the plural possessive. So if you would form a plural possessive, so let's say the plural possessive, the noun is already in the plural form. Usually, you know that the plural form has s, ends with s. So because there's already an s, all you need to do is add the apostrophe after the s. Okay, so the apostrophe comes directly after the S. Okay, just like we have here the boys' camp. Now the boys were already in plural. That means it's more than one boy. It's a lot of boys. Okay, so it's already in the plural form. So we need to just add the apostrophe after the S. When a noun is plural and doesn't end in s, add an apostrophe and s to form plural possessive. So if a noun is plural, there are some nouns that are in plural form, but they do not end with s. Okay, so that's like the unique nouns, irregular nouns, because usually most of the nouns end with s. But when they do not end with s, you need to put apostrophe and then the s. Just like children. Children is like the plural form of child, but we cannot say childs with s. No, we don't say that. We say children to show that it's multiple, not just one. It could be three, it could be four, and above. All right. We also have the mice, the mice's tail. Okay, the mice's tail. So that's it. So let's look at some examples together. Now, what is the word in bold? You have to figure out what the word in bold is. All right. So we have the studio's walls have been freshly painted and the walls have been waxed. So the units are ready to be rented. Now, what is the word in bold? It's asking what the word in bold is. So we have the studios. It's already in plural, but it didn't have apostrophe before. For example, let's say it just plural. It doesn't have apostrophe before the s. Because it comes in plural form already with s, you just put apostrophe after. That's all. So the noun is already a plural noun. So since it's always already a plural noun, you just add apostrophe after the s. Okay, so what is the word in bold? The chef's key to success is her ability to make creative dishes with uncommon ingredients like juniper berries and agar. Okay, so you have to check what is the word in bold? Chefs. Okay. That means it's singular chef. It's just talking about one and you wanted to make it singular possessive. You need to add apostrophe after the chef and then you have it singular possessive. Okay, so your apostrophe and your s. All right. So, moving on to the test, let's answer some questions together. What is the word in bold? So, it says, fortunately, there were no homes or other buildings in the tornado spot. Now, tornado spot, tornado singular, then make it singular possessive. You have to put your apostrophe and your s. What is the word in bold? Ancient Egyptians built tall, four sided monuments called obelisks, whose tops were pointed and sometimes covered in gold and silver. The monuments. Okay, so monument is just in S. So what is it? Meaning that monument is a plural noun. It's not yet in the possessive form. It's just a plural noun. So usually plural noun ends with S. Okay. So this is just like a quick review of everything that you've done in like the previous lessons for the noun. So we're just glancing through and reviewing all that. What is the word in bold? It wasn't long after Nick sat down with his sandwich that two waps started cycling him. Now, it's just having S. The word in bold just has only S, no apostrophe, nothing. So that means it's a plural now. Okay, so if it has apostrophe S before or after the S, it just shows that it's already in the possessive formats. All right. So now we just have a look at this and then we'll try to figure out, is it singular possessive now or plural possessive? So now the word in bold has apostrophe and S after. So you know that it's singular possessive, and then the S and apostrophe was added to make it singular possessive. All right. The author's childhood was spent chasing butterflies, cycling trees, and wading through creeks in rural Oregon. This experience are brought to life in her story. Author. So author is singular, but to make it singular possessive, you need to put your apostrophe and then your S. What is the word in bold? Jacob has tried several chicken pot pie recipes, but he has yet to find one that meets his standard. Recipes. So recipes is just in S. That means it's in its plural formats. Okay, raspberries are perennial plants. That is, they live for more than 2 years. Raspberries. So it's in plural already. So it's a plural now. All right. So this is just a review of everything that you've basically done in now few days back. So let's move on next to the next lesson. Please try to complete this test. If you have any questions, send it on the chat box and I'll do well to help you with your question. Form and use plurals. Form and use plurals. Review. So to form the plural of most nouns, add s. Of course, if you want to form plural, show that it's more than one, you add s. Okay. Julie's new home is located between two duplex. Okay. So we have one, three, two, threes. So if you're like one and then you want to make it like plural, you need to add s. Okay. Now, if a noun ends in all these letters here, SCH, SHX, or Z, then add ES to make them plural. So most of these nouns, if they end with these letters, you need to add ES to them to make them plural. Because sometimes if you just add S, it makes your work incorrect. All right. So you have to add es to them. Sometimes when they end with y, most times, in fact, most times when they end with y, you have to drop the y and add ies. So the y is changed to I. Okay. So it becomes ies. So yeah, if it ends with a consonant y, then drop the y and add ies to make it plural. One baby. So we have one baby, Y, and then two babies. You have to remove the Y and put the Y as I. If a noun ends in F or FE and in the sound changes to V, When it's plural, drop the F or fr sound and add verse to make it plural. For example, some of them end with F, some words like wolf. So you have the wolf, and then it's like two wolves. Okay, just some moments. Okay, so if a word ends in F or FE and the plural keeps the word F, just add S to make it plural. One chef, two chefs. Okay, so they're just like basic rules that you need to identify and know carefully. All right. Okay. Has this complete the sentence with the correct plural? So that's what you're gonna do now. You need to complete the sentence with the correct plural. Hash household cleaning supplies can trash rings many made from silver and platinum rings, which look like silver to the untrained eye and previous to damage or discoloration from bleach or detergent. So, household cleaning supplies. So the Y you change it to I, then ES. So now you have to check the trolley. It says the correct plural. This is plural. So in 1885, invested much of his time and money experimenting with electricity. So that is Charles J. Van Depot. So is it trolleys or trolley? Okay. Who invented the electric trolley? So is it trolley or trolley? So it's asking for what? The correct plural. So let's say that you choose anyone. And exactly. So this had two answers. So I picked the first one to show you a correction. So if it has trolley, right? Like I said, sometimes it wants to maintain itself. It doesn't need to add like IES or ES. Then just put S. Okay. Okay. So Rebecca, who is dedicated to environmentalists, dedicated money annually to several organizations occurred with the protection of endangered species. So organizations, S O without S. So plural. So organizations. Okay, so I'll leave you to just go through these. Ask questions if you have any. I give like 5 minutes and you can ask your questions. So do well to ask any questions that you have, and I will explain. We have few minutes before the time for our questions up, and then we move on to the other side. Okay. Okay, moving on to the next lesson. Form and use plural of compound nouns. Okay, it's still the same basic explanation that I gave for the plural, the singular, possessive, is still the same. So you just have to follow the right option. Okay, so to form the plural of a word, yes, of a compound word like sister-in-law, only pluralize the base word to of the noun. The base word in sister-in-law is sister, so he pulls from sister-in-law. One straight attorney, two straight attorneys. One secretary of states, and two secretaries of states. So, if you're making like compound, now it's very similar to the way you have sister-in-law. Okay, so let's go on with our test. This is just a review from the lesson that you've had previously for nouns. Mr. and Mrs. Santiago enthusiastically announced the arrival of her twin great granddaughter, who were 3 weeks premature but quite healthy. So is it great granddaughter or great granddaughters? Plural, great granddaughters. White House chief of staff have traditionally served as presidential assistants. In fact, President Franklin D. Roosevelt first named the position assistant to the president until its creation in 1939. So chief of staffs, which one? Chief of staff. Make it plural. So take note that's the last one that you make plural. Yes, like that. So if you just click on something that is wrong, you try to scroll down and make correction and watch that. Okay, just read it also and just try to understand why it's wrong. While cleaning the attic, I discovered two carefully wrapped music box. One shimmering pink box with a twirling ballerina and other adorned with brilliant flower. Two. Okay, so she discovered two. So boxes, it ends with X. So we put ES. Boxes. All right, so you have to try to make sure you complete this test. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. This is just a review. So if you have questions, just feel free to ask me. All right, so we have one more lesson left. Well, feel free to ask whatever questions you have, okay? All right, so no questions. We will move on to the last lesson. This one. From the singular or plural possessive. So we know what the singular, the plural is. So now we have to form them in sentences. All right, just like the way I've already explained the singular, the plural is just normal when the word comes with s. Plural possessive, you must add an apostrophe and an s. And then plural possessive, if the noun is in plural form that ends with s, you put an apostrophe after the s. Okay, so let's move on to this one, the test. So type the possessive form of the given noun. Mocking bird songs. So what's the possessive form? Mocking birds. So the S was already there. It's already plural. The managers meeting. Managers. S. It's already plural. Raspberries. Type the possessive form of raspberries. The raspberries flavor. Like this for raspberry. Yes. Okay. The seniors weekly lunch. The seniors. So seniors already has S. It's gonna be an apostrophe after the seniors. Okay. All right. So that's like basically everything. You have to make sure that you try to identify this. Okay. Please identify this. This is very important. Yes. If you have any questions, I'm gonna leave like here So you can ask me questions, any lesson from language art grade 8. If you have any concerns, just let me know. I am here. Just ask your questions. Okay? All right, so since you all have no questions, I guess that we will end here. Please, this is just like a review from the past lessons that you've done previously from your nouns. Okay, please review, try to complete it. If you've not done nouns before, please try to complete the lesson. All right, so do have a good night and see you next time. Bye.